Hey there, Chris again from the Old Man Cycling Show with our next episode. I thought today what we'd do is I'd show you a little bit of my home shop, my workspace, and then give you a tour of some people refer to it as their pain cave, but I actually look forward to it as my pleasure zone. And don't take that the wrong way. I enjoy working out. I enjoy riding. I enjoy sweating and working hard. So going to give you a little bit of tour of both. So you can see right here, this is my daughter's bike. Um, I happen to think she has one of the nice look 765s around town. She benefits greatly from my hand-me-downs. So we'll talk more about her bike in a future episode. But this is basically my workshop. I have all my tools up here. I got my scale, my tire sealant, my Allen wrenches and my torque wrench, all the things I need to take off the drivetrain, the cassette, so on and so forth. So, I pretty much can do just about all I want to do here. And then if not, I always have my buddies where we got my daughter Sam's bike, which is the great crew at Cycles by Kyle in Bryn Mawr, PA. So a shout out to them. Fantastic shop. If you ever have a chance to stop by there, make sure you do. Alex and Nolan will definitely know the old man, so make sure you tell him I said hi. Before we get too much further in this video, as always, I'm going to ask you, please click that subscribe button. It only takes one click. Helps me out a great deal. It'll enable me to publish more content, different content, improve the quality of my content. Also, click that little bell icon next to it so you can get notified every time I post new videos so you can watch these exciting episodes. And lastly, when you're done this video, make sure you give me a like if you enjoyed it. If you didn't enjoy it, let me know. Let me know why. Let me know what I can do to make it better. If you have any comments or suggestions, please feel free to set them in there. And again, click on that subscribe button. It really does help. It's only one click. It won't hurt, I promise. Just click on it. It'll really help me. So with that said, this is my workshop, but what I really want to do is give you a tour of where I work out and go a little bit into a review of my trainer, which is a Saris H3. So let's move on to that. So as you can see, I am the beneficiary of a very kind brother-in-law. I've got a home gym set up. I don't do a lot of weightlifting, to be honest with you. I will do some. I mainly use leg press. I really like to do my calf extensions. I'll do some back exercises, some chest exercises, some arm exercises. But if I do weights, it's really primarily focused on my core. As you can see, I'm not a muscle man, so I don't pump iron, but it's nice to have. I mean, it's really convenient to have this here. So on those days where I'm not riding a bike and I want to do a little bit of a workout, I can get a nice leg workout in, a good back workout in, a core workout. So I have a crunch machine and leg lift, to do my leg lift crunches over here. So I really can take benefit of doing weights at home. Don't have to go to a gym. You probably can't see the on a shot. There's also a treadmill there. I don't use a treadmill. I used to run. It's not for me. It hurts too much. So this is the weight machine where I'll do workouts. But the real thing I want to talk about today is my bike setup and my trainer setup. So I'm going to move the camera a little bit and go into some detail with respect to my trainer, my bike, my environment where I ride. And again, I don't call it a pain cave. I actually enjoy doing this. I'd rather ride outside, but living where I live, I know that's not possible year round. It's getting close to 5:30 tonight. It's too dark to ride out right now. So, I spend a lot of time on this trainer. So let's talk a little bit about that. We'll talk about the Saris H3, what I like about it, and I'll show you a little bit about the Saris app, which is new and really good. And then I'll just show you how everything connects to Zwift. So let's get into that. So here's my bike on a trainer. I think I might have mentioned to you before that I sweat lots. You'll see right underneath the trainer, I got three very absorbent little towels. The bike itself is another product from Cycles by Kyle in Bryn Mawr. It's a beautiful Giordana frame. Again, I have to give many thanks to my brother-in-law, Jim. He lent me this bike a few years ago, and it sort of never found its way back to him. There's a really good story about that. It was 2015. Jim had planned a ride in France. I hadn't ridden for probably maybe 4 or 5 years. I had gained about 40 pounds. Jim called me up in October and said, "Hey, we're going to France next July, and we're going to ride in the Pyrenees Mountains." I'm like, "Jim, I haven't ridden a bike in 4 years. I'm 40 pounds overweight. You know, there's no way I'm going to ride." So I started riding that October. I lost the 40 pounds. I got in really good shape. I went to France and had a blast in the Pyrenees, but we'll have another talk about that. So let's talk a little bit about the trainer. So you can see this is the Saris H3. I previously had the H2. The main difference between the H3 and the H2 is the H3 is a little bit better sensitivity with respect to power, and absolutely much quieter. You can go online and read reviews. The Saris H3 is rated as one of the quietest direct drive trainers on the market. When I ride the trainer and I I'm pedaling, I can watch TV down here at normal volume. You can see I have the TV on now, watching reruns of the Vuelta a España. But the way my trainer's set up is, I have power, and of course you can see my rollers over there. I do use those occasionally just to work on my pedaling technique. But the way I have my trainer set up is, the trainer's here. I got the bike. I got my little TV stand. I have my phone, which I use for the Zwift Companion app or the Saris app, which I'll show you in a moment. I got 2 fans. I got a little one that blows up underneath the table, and I got this one on the side here that blows on me. I have my large screen TV, which, I can watch the Vuelta while I'm riding, which is great. The monitor down there is where I actually will run Zwift, which is also nice. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to get on the trainer, start it, show you how the Saris app works, and then show you how easy it is, to operate with Zwift. So let's move on to that. So I'm on a trainer now. I just started pedaling. You can see that there's a green light flashing down there. Let's see, make sure you can see it. That's indicating that the trainer's awake. It hasn't been paired with anything yet, but it's ready to be paired. And you can hear, this is, the dry side. Hopefully you can hear how quiet that is. I mean, it's like, I'm not really cranking right now, but it's quiet. I can watch TV at normal volume. A couple of particulars about the trainer is it is accurate, I think, to within plus or minus 2% power-wise. It can simulate up to a 20% grade. It can manage up to 2,000 watts, which, that is a limiting factor for me given how much power I can put out. Not. But it's just, I did a lot of reviews when I was buying a trainer, and I liked the Saris trainers. Decided to try it, and it just works really good for me. So let me show you the Saris app, which is nice. You used to have to use Ruby for anything you wanted to do with the trainer, like software updates or calibrating or anything like that, but I don't know if you can see it. This is the Saris app. You can calibrate the trainer, you can update firmware, you can simulate erg mode, and then there's some troubleshooting tips. So, right now what I want to do is, let's just say we want to do erg mode. It's scanning for the trainer. You can see it's Bluetooth scanning. It'll find a device, hopefully. There's my device, the hammer. So I select that device. And then just tell how many watts you want to ride. Since I'm just warming up, let's do 100 watts. So you can see target watts is 100, current watts is 110, and it just lets you pedal along. It tells you your cadence. So let's get the cadence up and get it more realistic so you can hear what the sound level is while I'm riding. So cadence is about 100, and again, it's quiet. Can barely hear it. Now the app's nice, you can go up or down in cadence, but the thing that's best about the app is if you want to update firmware. Before, it was really hard to get a firmware update onto this trainer. You had to have Ruby installed. It could only be done via Bluetooth, so my computer doesn't have Bluetooth. So it was just a real pain to try to get a firmware update. I had to get Ruby on my phone. So firmware update, same thing, you click on firmware, searches for the trainer. It's doing its scan. There's a trainer. Up there it says hammer. Click on hammer. It's seeing what's loaded, and it tells you that the current firmware on there is up to date. If it wasn't up to date, you'd have an option to update it right here. So this new app they have, they didn't have it till I think early or late last year. Really is good. Very easy to use. And lastly, the one thing about the Saris trainer and a lot of direct drive trainers is you have to calibrate it. And what that does is, once you have the trainer warmed up, so maybe after a 10-minute ride or so, you'll click on calibrate from this program, and it'll tell you to get the speed up to a certain amount, like maybe 23, 24 miles an hour. It'll tell you to hold it there for a little bit, and then it'll tell you let it coast to a stop. And at that point, it's sort of calibrating the spin down of the trainer, the resistance of the trainer, so that as you ride, the experience is better. So with that said, let me just show you what my Zwift setup looks like while I'm actually riding. All right, so we're on Zwift. You can see this is what I look at. I don't have the fans on right now because the fans actually make more noise than my trainer itself. So I'm just riding along. I got the Zwift screen is the lower left. And like I said before, I just happen to be watching or doing Zwift while they're doing reruns of the Vuelta a España from this year, so it's very appropriate. One more thing, so I have this little tray set up. You might see these if you're familiar with Wahoo trainers. Wahoo sells a tray like this. This is a knockoff. I have my water bottle, my phone for the app. You can see down here at the bottom of the table that's where my Ant receiver is connected for my computer. You can follow that cable and it goes back to my computer. That is one of the things with Ant is you'll notice that it's distance sensitive, more distance sensitive I think than Bluetooth. I did have some issues with my old H2 with the signal dropping out, and once I got a new extension cable and put the receiver closer, it works a lot better. Don't have any dropouts now. So the one thing that I like about this setup is, so I have the screen on, I load the companion app on my phone. You'll see it goes in my app. I put the phone right there, and for the workout I'm going to do tonight, we do Zoom meetings. So I have my headset on, connected to the phone. I'll join the Zoom meeting from there. You can see the companion app's right there on the phone, all ready to roll. So again, this was just a little tour of my training setup. It really works out great, being able to have a dedicated space with fans. Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to mention about the Saris H3. It's really not that portable. It's got a heavy flywheel. I mean, the legs fold in, which is fine. That plate under the front wheel also can be stuck between the legs for easy transport. But the trainer itself is pretty heavy. I mean, I think the shipping weight when they shipped it to me was, if I remember right, 65 pounds. It doesn't weigh 65 pounds, but it's every bit of 40. So, you know, it's not light. Like, you wouldn't want to be moving it every day to get on it. So that's why it's great I had this dedicated space for it. But all in all, you know, I highly recommend the Saris trainer. It is quiet, it's smooth. It does simulate, you know, getting up to speed. Once you're at speed, it'll help you carry momentum. The erg mode on it is really good, very responsive. You know, it will jump right in when you're going uphill, when you're going downhill, and also, like, again, when you're in erg mode, it's really good at keeping you at that wattage you need to be at. So all in all, I'm extremely happy with it. Highly recommend it. There's other trainers out there, you know. I did a lot of reviews, you know, Wahoo's Popular, Tax, all them. But for me, the Saris was a good choice and the right choice. I would definitely go with it again. So with that said, hope you liked the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Again, I ask you, please subscribe to the channel. It's only one click. It won't hurt. It won't cause any pain, and it'll help me. And I know that's what you want to do. You really want to help me. So again, subscribe to the channel, like the video, feel free to leave comments. Hopefully it was good. Hopefully you got something out of it. As I said, you know, there's a lot of trainers out there. Saris is really good. I'm gonna go get ready for my Gresh Fit class tonight. And with that said, Chris from the Old Man Cycling Show, peace, and have a good one. Bye.